The Art of Friendship Bracelets, my second book, is available for pre-order now. It's full of my favourite bracelet tutorials, and it dives a lot deeper into some of the core topics of bracelet making as well. I'm so excited for you guys to see it that I'm giving away 5 of the bracelets that I made for the book. Send confirmation of your pre-order at rockynook.com/friendship for a chance to win one of these bracelets, plus some extra goodies. The bracelet community has a really fun tradition where people exchange unfinished bracelets and then finish each other's bracelets. I was invited to my first ever in-person bracelet meetup, and even though I was right in the middle of writing my second book, The Art of Friendship Bracelets, I knew I had to take some time out of my day and actually make some bracelets so I can participate in this awesome tradition. I already had a few patterns in mind when I went to the shop to buy some string. I knew I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, and the furthest away from my comfort zone, well, I was gonna say green, which is what I ended up going with, but probably realistically it's something like brown. Maybe I should do some more brown bracelets. Anyway, green is also pretty far out of my comfort zone, so I tried to choose some green patterns, or rather some green colors to match the patterns that I had already chosen. I also went with some blue for one of them and some yellow. I feel like green, blue, and yellow go together really well. I didn't stray too far from the rainbow aesthetic for one of them. I chose a kind of red to yellow to purple to pink gradient, which isn't exactly a rainbow, but it gives off a similar vibe. I looked at it and it reminded me of like the sunset. I spent a decent amount of time in that shop picking out the strings. I really enjoy doing this. I don't really do much shopping for specific bracelets when I'm in London, which is where I live, because out of the 3 countries that I frequent, which is the UK, the US, and Russia, the UK has the most expensive string to a pretty ridiculous degree. Tell me why one piece of string is going to cost me over £1. That is not reasonable. And so when I'm in London, I pretty much never go to the shop to buy strings specifically for a bracelet. I try to make do with the strings that I have, which in fairness, I have a few because I bulk buy when I'm in Russia because they're cheaper there. But even in the US, where my family lives and I visit them quite frequently, the strings are a lot cheaper there. And so I sometimes just go to the shop and buy strings for a specific pattern. And so yeah, this was in Russia at the time, and I really had an amazing time just picking out the strings for these bracelets specifically. I always find that incredibly fun to do, but also very time consuming. You would think when you have a design in mind, you just go in and you buy. No, it really does take the time. Anyway, I'm really happy with the color combinations that I chose, both individually. I feel like they looked really good, but also together as a whole. They don't really vibe together, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed how they looked together as a whole. I thought they were really, really cool. I immediately sat down to cut the strings as soon as I got home. I was really excited to start these bracelets, and it was honestly a pleasant break from writing my book. I really needed that. I really enjoyed the book writing process, especially the second time around. It was a lot more calm than the first time. I feel the first time it was quite chaotic, whereas the second time I tried to convince myself that I've done this before, which means I can do it again, so it's alright. But at the same time, breaks were very welcome because sometimes I would just get stuck into just writing for the entire day and doing nothing else. I still need to post the second part of my book writing vlog, by the way. That just reminded me that I need to edit that video. Anyway, I was really excited to cut these strings, and I was really excited to start these bracelets. Because it was in the midst of me writing the book, I hadn't actually sat down to make a bracelet in quite a while. I was still posting videos during this time, but a lot of those videos were pre-filmed, so there was a pretty long break. And then after I made these bracelets, there was also a pretty long break from when I made them to when I started making photos for the book, and so making bracelets again. So it was just a nice kind of reprieve in the midst of all of that. I decided to make triangle ends for pretty much all of the bracelets. I figured that they fit the patterns quite well across all of the designs. I didn't need to necessarily. I feel like there's no right way to make a start to a friendship bracelet. A lot of these could have worked well with loops, or could have worked with a triangle end after a loop, or any kind of different variation really. Ironically, I was making these bracelets right around the time I was writing the chapter on how to start and end friendship bracelets. And so all the different variations and combinations of techniques, like how you can make a loop even though you have an odd number of strings, or an uneven number of strings per color, these were all fresh on my mind as I was doing this, but I still went with a basic triangle end for all of them, because as I said, I really do think that they just fit the pattern really well. My favorite part about bracelet making is the beginning of making a bracelet and trying to see how the colors that you picked out are going to work together. It's not always obvious how the strings are going to turn out, and even if the colors looked good when the strings were put together, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to look good together when they're in the bracelet. I've been making bracelets for so many years now, and I still find it very hard to visualize how the colors are going to look together. I use the color changing feature on Bracelet Book a lot, where you can add variations to patterns to kind of see, and that helps a little bit, but not 100%, because the colors that I put on the pattern don't necessarily match the exact colors that I have in the strings. And also still, it's, you know, a visualization, whereas the bracelet is the real thing, and so it sometimes turns out different anyway. Anyway, my point is I really enjoyed this beginning process of making a bracelet and seeing how those colors actually come together as you're forming them in the design. There's something really thrilling about that, and I think that is the main reason why I keep coming back to bracelet making. It's my favorite part of the process, and that's probably why I get bored from a bracelet a little bit halfway through. It's like, I've already seen what this is going to look like. I don't need to finish it. I do finish it. I mean, I have a bunch of unfinished bracelets, that said, but I do finish my bracelets more than I don't. And with all of these bracelets, honestly, I kind of wanted to finish them, or at least make a little bit more of them, because I didn't get to see how all of the colors interacted. There were quite a few gradients, and I feel like these patterns are typically the ones that I'm most drawn to, are the ones where the colors change throughout the design, and so you don't really have this tight repetition. The repetition is quite long, and so the bracelet itself from beginning to end is very different. These are the kinds of bracelets that I don't get bored of usually, which is why I try to pick patterns like that. And so yeah, I kind of wanted to finish these bracelets because I was really into them, and because I was, as I said, in the midst of writing my book and I hadn't actually made a bracelet in so long. I kind of missed it, and I was like, oh, I just really want to see these through. But I stopped myself. I stopped myself because I was making these for a reason. I was going to attend a bracelet meetup, and I really wanted to have something to trade because it's just such a cool and exciting part of the bracelet making community. Like, this is such a fun tradition, and people don't necessarily do this just at bracelet meetups, even though that is one of the more common ways to do it. People send each other letters and parcels and gifts all the time, and it's so cool. I've already done this in the past, actually. I have a video from years ago where I did a bracelet exchange with someone via post, and I finished a bracelet after them, and that was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. But this was my first time doing it in person, and so I got all of my bracelets together, and I looked at them, and I took so many pictures because I thought they were really, really cool, and I really liked them. And I went to the meetup! The bracelet meetup was organized by Marcia, who I've been following for years, and she did such a great job getting us all together. We had a little picnic blanket on the grass, lots of different snacks and goodies. People brought tons of bracelets and all sorts of different crafty projects. Look at these! These are so beautiful. I spent so long just staring at them and thinking about how cool it is and how I love people's creativity. There were also different journals that were really, really cool to look at, and a bunch of stickers. Someone made pressed flowers into little stickers, and I think that that is just so cool and creative. I was so inspired after this. I really wanted to create some of my own stuff as well. Everyone brought something to trade, and so we put all of our bracelets and unfinished bracelets and a bunch of other stuff into a little bag, which we then exchanged, and everyone got to pull their bracelets out. Some people actually did get to pull their own bracelets out, after which we reshuffled and they pulled something else. But it was such a fun experience. It was really cool to see people pull out my bracelets and see their reactions to the patterns. And honestly, I just really love giving my bracelets away as well. I'm a big collector, so it might not seem like it, but I've given away tons of my bracelets, and it's always so fun to think of them as living on somewhere. So many of my bracelets are scattered across the globe. I also got to pull a friendship bracelet or two out of the bag, and it was really exciting. I had so much fun. I actually pulled this one, which was by Marcia herself, and it was really, really cool. I really love it. Ironically, also green, which is really fun. I got back something similar in that sense. But honestly, the best part of the whole night was just connecting with people who have similar interests to me. This is the whole reason why I started this channel in the first place. I wanted to connect with people who have common interests. I don't know anybody in my real life who makes friendship bracelets or is really crafty in the same way that I am, and finding like-minded people is something really special, especially because I realized that I've actually been following most of these people for years on social media without realizing that they were who I was meeting, because I wasn't the one to organize the event. I didn't know who was coming until they showed up, and it was just a really fun experience to just like say, hey, I know you. I got some similar reactions myself and it was just really, really fun. I also got to show them my book, The Beginner's Guide to Friendship Bracelets, which is the first one that I wrote, and that was really fun as well. I actually gifted this one to Marcille herself as well. And what is really exciting is that she actually then gave me permission to use one of her photos in my next book, which I really needed because she makes some really cool bracelets. Not even bracelets, just like pieces. I don't even know how to describe them because they're wall hangings, I think. So in my new book, I had a little section in which I was writing about how bracelets and bracelet adjacent craft is used in fandom and how people make these really cool pieces. And I haven't really ever done that. I did that once for Luffy from One Piece, which was really fun, to be fair. I really enjoyed that, but I haven't really done that ever again. And Marcille specializes in that kind of stuff. She has really, really cool designs that she makes. And yeah, she seemed really excited about my first book, and so I asked hesitantly if I could use one of her pictures, and she said yes. So thank you to her for that. It was a really fun evening, and we stayed out quite late, way past sunset, which in the summer happens quite late as well. We got tons of pictures, and it was definitely a night to remember. I still have the bracelets that I got, and I never did end up finishing Marcille's bracelet, unfortunately. As I said, after this I went right back to writing my book, and I didn't really make a friendship bracelet until it was time to take photos for my book, which was months down the line anyway. But I still have it, and maybe I will finish it one day, and perhaps I might even make a video out of it. My second book, The Art of Friendship Bracelets, is available for pre-order now. It has tons of my favorite bracelet tutorials, and it goes a lot deeper into some of the core concepts of bracelet making. If you want to get the book, a pre-order is the best time to do it. It helps out the book massively, and also you get a chance to win one of 5 bracelets from the book. Submit confirmation of your pre-order to rockynook.com/friendship for a chance to win. I want to give a special shout out to my YouTube members as well before I go. I truly appreciate your support. It is with your support that I'm able to continue creating videos on this channel and even writing the book tangentially. I wouldn't be able to do that if I weren't making videos. So thank you so much for your support. I truly, truly appreciate it. If you want to become a member, support the work that I do here and get access to exclusive videos and all sorts of other perks, click the join button. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!